back to Good Morning Tobago on Tobago Updates. Viewers, now we are switching gears to our rainforest. I mean, you know that we have the oldest rainforest, protected rainforest in the Western Hemisphere. And, you know, there's an interesting fact about that rainforest. You know, it's one of the reasons why it was protected, it was designated, was so that we can have water throughout the year, because we know that during the dry season water can be a challenge. But back then the powers that be decided that, listen, if we are to make sure we can have water throughout, let's make sure we have a rainforest. So just to talk to us a little bit about that, and even just that our anniversary coming up very soon, because on the 13th it is the day that marks the anniversary of when our when the rainforest was designated as a protected space in all the way back in 1776. So, to give us an idea about what's happening there and some activities in observance of that anniversary, we are being joined by the president of the Main Ridge Nature Explorers, and that is Mr. Darlington Chance, as well as the vice president, Mr. Junior Thomas. So, good morning and welcome to both of you. How are you guys doing this morning?
Good morning, I'm
Not
fine.
too bad. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. And it's a pleasure to be here.
Certainly. So first of all, I mean, tell me about Go Green celebrating 248 years as a protected forest reserve.
Well, Go Green is very important to Trinidad and Tobago because this time of the year, we know it's the dry season, and it's a part of urging people, let them know, well, when you set bushfire and all these things, you are creating more climate change, you know, more pressure on the atmosphere, right? So Go Green is something we want to stay with throughout Trinidad and Tobago, because you know we won the award already for the most greenery in the world, right? The Main Ridge Forest Reserve, right? So that is why we put it Go Green, so we can stay evergreen.
Great. And then coming up tomorrow and Saturday, we have a few activities being planned, especially as we celebrate the anniversary of our rainforest as a protected reserve space. So tell me about what's being planned. Mr. Thomas?
Okay, we'll be planned on Friday the 12th. We will be having get together of people visiting the rainforest. We'll be taking them on a tour. That's on Friday, yeah. And they will meet us up at the Main Ridge Forest Reserve. There we'll be having breakfast in the morning early, yeah. And then from there, I think I get a little mix here. Just, yeah.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
All right, so
I have a little mix here.
what we do on Friday morning from 7 o'clock, right? We have free tours, visiting, getting opportunity to take a walking inside with the guide and explaining how we do our tours, teaching you the things that we show the visitors when they come, things of interest. We are hoping that we are a little late, right, in establishing this, but we still giving people the opportunity that we could come up in the morning, right, get a little breakfast, and then we go into the forest. We want to do groups by 10, because we don't want to have too much people back up for one guy to go in, right? So with 10 persons, you get an opportunity to learn more, to see more, right? And it's better management, right, for your safety. Good. So we doing tours starting from 7 up to 12. After 12 o'clock, anybody come after will have to pay to get the experience, right?
Certainly. Now, and then tell me about, because both of you are tour guides and
Yeah.
have been doing this for quite a number of years, for decades, especially
21
with
years. I've been doing this for 21 years.
Yeah.
and Mr.
And it's a
Chance
lovely
longer.
experience.
Yeah.
So, I mean, tell me about just even keeping that alive and making sure that when we take our visitors into the forest, like we teach them about the forest
Yeah.
and that sort of thing.
Well,
Yeah.
well, it's basically it's an educational tour, because we need to teach the people about the flora and fauna of Tobago Main Rainforest Reserve. And besides us teaching the people, we need to teach the children, we need to teach the foreigners. So becoming a tour guide is a really good job, or it's a nice job because it's very educational, you know? Yeah.
And then tell me about your experience too over the years, Mr. Chance. I know you have a lot of stories.
Well, that is one of the reasons I'm here this morning, because we want and that is why we offer the awareness walk, because we want to let the people know the importance of our Main Ridge Forest Reserve. It's our watershed. It was protected since 1776 by the British. They knew that was something that we would have need today, right? And since they make it a protected forest or by law, right? Trinidad and Tobago became a twin island in 1888, right? We gained independence in 1962. It was never put by law. We are having a lot of visitors here. I don't want to say it in this way, but we meet a lot of encounter with the Germans especially, because there is a book that was made by some Germans since way in the 1970 century, about 1972, 70, around there, where at that time the place was not developed. And they made that book saying that you could walk in by yourself, right? And we having a lot of encounter with that. We now going to have this German flight from Frankfurt, right? And they believe that they should not pay or use a guide to go in. Because we tired, I offer them, I said, I just want you to be safe and comfortable, right? So even though you don't want to pay, I'm going to go with you as a guide. We don't need a guide. That is one of the things we don't want to happen. We must know who going in, right? Why you're going in there, what you're going in for, right? For example, we had this oil spill. And for experience, we know that there are people come here, their parents, I know that happened to two people. Their parents came here, and the parents died, and they said they want the ashes to go back in the rainforest. Some of them threw the ashes in the river. So it's our watershed, so you see how it could be dangerous for us, right? We are not looking at just money, but we are looking at protecting and preserving for our health.
And in that case, what about the idea of turning the forest into a sort of a national park kind of thing where there is, let's say, like a little toll or something like that? So that is to prevent people from just going in there by themselves.
Well, what we are trying to do now, because we had discussions with our chief secretary, right, is to get a sign up. Get a sign stating that no unguided tours. And that is one of the reasons why we ask for this awareness walk, right, in the communities, so the communities would know. So when they meet visitors and the visitors would ask, we want to go into the rainforest, the people will know, look, well, it's a protected area, to let them know, well, look, you have to get a guide, right? And that's the only way that we could have it in a control, so we sure what we have on our healthiness is, right? Because we also do forest check. We are part of the forest check dealing with Eric in Charlottesville, right? Where every quarterly we do a forest check to see how healthy the forest is keeping, to see the birds when they are nesting, how much nesting we have this year, how much nesting we have next year, right? So if when we do that, that information goes to Yui and to Eric, and if they find a problem with their data collection last year, they would have a communication with us saying, well, look, last year you had more white-tailed saber-wing breeding, right, than this year, right? What you think causing it, right? So these are the things that we do to make sure our forest is healthy. So when you and others come to visit, we must have a healthy forest so that you can enjoy.
Certainly. And so now, as we're wrapping up, just remind the remind the viewers, remind the viewers of just the activities that are happening tomorrow and
Right.
Saturday so that they can be a part of it.
So tomorrow we have the free tours, right, to the rainforest. Tours start at 7 in the morning and goes up to 12:30 in the afternoon, right? If you come later than that, you make up your mind to pay. And then Saturday morning, we have the awareness walk from the Main Ridge Forest Reserve, where some people who want to walk, they can walk, right? Some people who want to drive, they will drive. We're trying to get a little music track so we can keep the rhythm and keep you active while you're walking and don't study it. So that walk is through the community to let the community aware of what we have to offer, right? Or what we want, we'd like things to be, right? So from there, we walk to there and then to Castara, right? Castara is one of the fast developing tourism destinations in Tobago. So when we get there, we're gonna have a little discussion about the forest, so visitors who are there could understand what we are going about, and the people in the community would know why we are protecting it as our watershed, right? So after we meet the Castara, they will have little fun. Castara is a place always have activities, right? So you can get lunch there, right? You can get we try to get some games like the ring games, right? And keep people lively and a little active among the visitors in Castara.
Okay,
After
great.
that.
All right. So viewers,
Yeah, one more thing here. We make a little mistake with the contact, with the
Yeah.
number. So the contact number is to contact us is 344-5431 or 318-8034. Yeah?
All right.
That's a clear idea. A bit.
great. So viewers, there you have it, all the information that you need as we celebrate 248 years of the Main Ridge Forest being a reserve, being a protective area. And of course, we know it is the oldest protected rainforest in the Western Hemisphere, and something that we should really be proud of, and something that we should celebrate and continue to protect and continue to preserve. All right, so thank you again for being on with us. And viewers, we gotta go for a quick break, but we'll be back right after this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
A new dawn and as the passion start around.